Got Fabio with Patrice on the Fly. Today I'll show you to tie the White Death Zonker. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, we're gonna tie a White Death Zonker. I already put hook on my vise. This is a size 4, 4X long streamer hook. I am going to use some red 6/0 thread. I'm gonna do a baso thread starting about one eyelet away of the highlight of the hook. And I'm gonna work my way down towards the back, towards the bend of the hook. And you can tie this fly down again to this size, size 4, all the way down to a size 10. I'm gonna create a pretty nice baso thread here on the back. We're gonna be adding some Mylar tubing. I wanna make sure that Mylar tubing doesn't slide around. I am going to use some Mylar tubing again, size small. This is silver. I'm gonna cut a piece of Mylar, which is about a fifth longer than the hook shank. I'm gonna grab my scissors, cut it right here. This Mylar tubing has an inner core. I'm gonna pull that core out, like so. I'm going to use my bodkin to separate the tubing fibers. We want these fibers, these loose fibers, to extend beyond the curve of the hook. So I'm going to slide the Mylar tubing over the hook shank, like so. I'm going to capture as many I can of these fibers with my index and thumb of my left hand, and I'm going to make some tight wraps to lock the Mylar tubing in place, like so. Then I'm going to get a white rabbit strip. I have one right here. I want one piece right here. And I'm going to measure this so that it is about longer than the frayed part of the Mylar tubing. So I'm going to cut it right here. I'm going to lift the fur up. I'm going to wet it. Makes it easier to work with it if you wet it. And I'm going to reach in with my scissors and cut the height right there. The reason why you want to lift it up, because we don't want to cut the tips of the fur. So we want that for this part here to wiggle in the back. And so if you cut those with a blunt cut, you're not going to get that result. So then I am going to again repeat the step where I wet my index and thumb on my right hand. Use my bodkin to separate the fur and push this forward, if you will. So now I have some hide exposed. I'm gonna pinch it right there, and then I'm gonna go over with my thread and make some very tight wraps, like so. I'm gonna keep wetting it so it stays down, it's out of my way. Then I have a very long whip finisher. So here's the long one. I don't know if you can see that. And I have a regular one right here. So I'm going to use the long one to reach and secure the rabbit on the back. I'm going to make one whip finish and then another one. Having a longer whip finisher makes this step so much easier. Then I'm going to pull down and then cut that thread right out. So I'm going to get my these small hair clips. And I'm going to use those to keep the rabbit strip out of my way. Then I'm going to reach in with my scissors and trim some of the mylar tubing so it doesn't cover the eyelet of the hook. I'm going to lay a little base of thread right here, right behind the eyelet with a black thread, and this is 6/0. Gonna cut it again, and I'm gonna secure the mylar tubing right behind the eyelet of the hook. Like so. I'm gonna remove my clip. Again, I'm gonna separate the fur. I'm gonna pull the fur forward to expose the hide. I use my bucking to help me out with that. And then as I pull forward on the hide, I'm gonna make 2 or 3 wraps and secure that rabbit strip. I'm gonna reach in with my scissor and cut that rabbit hide as close as I can to the eyelet of the hook. Then I'll use my thread to cover the hide of that rabbit strip as much as I can. Like so. Then I'm gonna get my short with finishing tool right here. And then finish the fly. One, and then I'm gonna wait one more. Reach in with my scissors, cut the tag end. I'm gonna turn the fly upside down. And you can apply glue. I'm gonna use a UV resin. I like that UV resin dries immediately after you apply the UV light. So it makes things a little quicker. I'm gonna apply a little amount there, making sure I don't cover the eyelet of the hook. And then I'm gonna apply some over that red thread there. I'm gonna rotate the fly back to normal and apply some more UV resin on the top part of the black thread. I'm gonna use my UV resin now to cure that, UV light to cure the UV resin, both the red on the red thread and the front part. And there you have it. There's a little piece of fur sticking out here. I'm gonna cut that piece of mylar there. It's very unruly. So, but there's the final result. I hope you enjoyed it, the video, and we will see you next week.